I'm Deborah Leslie. I have been teaching rare book cataloging here at Rare Book School since 1998. I am one of the senior catalogers at the Folger Shakespeare Library. There is very little training for library catalogers doing rare books. And in fact, even if there had been in library school, that wouldn't have taken them very far because you learn basically as an apprenticeship. It takes a long time for you to learn how to do this, and you do it on the job. And so this is basically the only game in town. I have taught since 1998 almost 400 students, both between my regular cataloging class and the advanced rare book cataloging workshop. Not only have these catalogers continued on, contributed back to the profession in various roles, but coming to Rare Book School has enabled them to be introduced to more educational opportunities. So they take my course. I touch on binding. I can't teach them about binding, and so they take Introduction to Binding. I touch on illustrations. I can't really teach illustrations very well, so they take Terry's course or Aaron Blake's course on book illustration. I teach them how to do signature collations, but that only goes so far, and so they take descriptive bibliography. The benefit hasn't only been for the students that I teach. My experience in the classroom has shown me the questions that they have, the things that they stumble over in terms of understanding the rare book cataloging rules, of applying them, and that in turn has informed me in my role as a writer of cataloging rules. Many of the difficulties, problems, gaps that have been shown to me by what happens in the classroom then gets translated into revisions of the rules to take care of the problems, to fill in the gaps, to clarify language. These cataloging rules actually have been very popular not only in the English-speaking world, but they have been adopted by many institutions in the Americas and in Europe. So what happens in the classroom here at Rare Book School has reverberating effects throughout the world. And so everybody benefits, even if they have never thought of stepping foot in a Rare Book School classroom. My predecessor as instructor of rare book cataloging for several years had been Eric Holzenberg. At the time, he was cataloger at the Grolier Club, but then he was promoted out of that position. I don't know whether the impetus for him to turn over the class to someone else came from him, or whether it came from Terry Bellinger, who I have been told preferred that the teachers actually practice what they teach. Eric gave me his full class, instructor notes. And so I showed up on the Sunday afternoon before the week of teaching. I really had no idea what I was doing. But between the day-by-day, prepared lectures and the help of the follower I had for my class at that time, Chef Rogers, who has gone on to become an important person in bibliography, and also is one of the founders of an offshoot of Rare Book School here, the Australasian Rare Book School. I do remember that at the end of the week, when I left the classroom for them to do their evaluations, I was flying high. I was so relieved that it was over. I had actually gained energy during the week. It was probably the third or fourth time of teaching that I found my legs as a teacher. I realized that there were some important things missing from what I had been given. There had been no lectures on the cataloging rules, for example. So I began to develop the course in that direction, being a great deal more practice-oriented and exercise-oriented. I started giving homework because the students asked for it, believe it or not. I wanted to give them a chance to enjoy the evening events of Rare Book School, but students wanted more practice, so I started giving homework. I incorporated a number of exercises into the course to complement the lectures. As time has gone on, I think where my teaching has evolved has been in promoting the concept of us all being in this together. So yes, I'm the expert. I know a lot, but I can learn from them, and I am not there to hand down the law. I am there to help all of them grow. And one of the ways that they learn is by watching me do the same thing. So very gradually, I began to show them first what it looks like to catalog. So I open a book that I haven't really looked at before, and I start cataloging in front of them. I do it in sections that correspond to the units as we go through the week. But I open it up and I talk them through it. I talk them through my thought process. I show them what it looks like, answer their questions. And so it has been an evolution. Another thing that I've incorporated is peer review, is not just me looking at their work, but in them reviewing each other's work. And that has also turned out to be very instructive for them, very fruitful. And it helps, for the most part, it helps them relax and not worry about making mistakes out loud or in public, because it's really important that they be confident enough to not worry about having their ignorance exposed. Anything that I can do to make people comfortable, to help them realize what a community effort this is. It shouldn't be a cataloger sitting at her desk cataloging a book, although that's how it happens in real life. You're sitting by yourself. We don't catalog in groups. But to have the support, to have the expertise, to have the ideas of the much larger community is really important, and I think it has borne good fruit. Rare Book School is one of the centers of gravity around among the disciplines of bibliography, of book history, of all the different allied occupations and tasks and genres and fields that involve bibliography and book history in any way. It has so many people pass through here. So many of the faculty are really distinguished that Rare Book School joins the ranks of the top, I would say, the top bibliographical journals in terms of setting the agenda for the field, for study. Where are we going?